Welcome to Watch Rewatch, the podcast that examines the art of the rewatch. I'm Sean.
I'm John.
And we are back for 2 consecutive weeks after an extremely long hiatus. Welcome to everybody tuning in right now. Welcome to people that'll tune in later. Antonio, hello. First to comment. Welcome. How you doing, John?
To watch Rewatch.
To watch Rewatch.
Brought to you by Facebook.
Brought to you by Facebook. Brought to you by Mark Zuckerberg himself. Sponsored by Mark Zuck. And everything said in this show is endorsed by Mark Zuckerberg and the Facebook board and all of their shareholders. So
okay. Well, you know how like Universal has that great logo where it spells the word Universal going around the earth?
Yeah.
What would the Facebook production logo be like animation? Would it be like an F and then like it turns into Facebook? Or would it be like inside the font and then it pulls out and reveals like Facebook and then Facebook Productions?
I would just hope it's Zuck, It's just Z-U-C-C,
Zuck.
Like
Zuckerberg Presents. The way
Zuckerberg
that it was like American
Presents.
Zoetrope.
Yeah, with the kind of the little animation going.
Yeah. Okay, so Zuck becomes a filmmaker or a film producer.
Yeah, exactly. He becomes the new Coppola. I don't know. I'd be curious what kind of movies I don't think he's got a fine touch when it comes to reading people. So maybe his movies would be really interesting with very specific acting notes. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Martin says the same as Universal, but it's Facebook rotating around Zuckerberg's face. I like that. I like that. Just kind of.
He's got a robot head.
Yeah, and he's just hello,
around.
Hello, yeah.
Universal has a great logo, but Paramount Pictures has an even better logo. The stars going over the lake. I don't like the stars coming from the cloud shit that they started doing in the 21st
and then
century.
they like raise the lake slightly. They really make it fancy now.
Don't like that. And when movies, no, you know me, I love title drops in movies.
Yeah, you do.
But I love incorporating logos in movies even more, especially when they don't use the company's theme. They'll use like the theme.
Sorry, I had to sit down.
It just looked like you were like a little boy for a moment.
Yeah. Just as the thing lowers, there we go. I'm in the battle station.
But you know what I'm talking about? Like a good example would be like I don't know. I think some like Tim Burton, for example, he doesn't use logo music. He uses like the Danny Elfman music to like scare people at the beginning.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, you have to do or the customized logos that you'd always get in some of those films.
DreamWorks rarely ever did it because they were so fond of their John Williams acoustic guitar theme.
Is that the
that whole thing?
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good one.
They forced that down people's throats because it's like, no, DreamWorks is a young production company in Katzenberg, who we now work for, or we don't.
Yeah, we do.
Applied last week. We don't have a job with them.
Yeah, we have an interview lined up with Quibi. I'm going in for VP of Revenue, and John is going to be their new content director.
Right.
But what shows have you picked up? Have you? I heard there are shows coming back. What have you picked up for Quibi?
From Quibi?
Yeah.
Everything. There's like 2 Nicki Minaj shows and it's not BoJack Horseman. Cardi B.
And you said, God damn it, let's get that WAP in here.
Yeah, and Anna Kendrick, she's returning for like a Pitch Perfect like thing.
Oh,
it's not Pitch Perfect, but it's close. And then we got Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry.
They're doing a show on Quibi?
Yeah, they haven't done it yet, but they're going to.
That's it. Where do they get the money for this? This is really, truly a tech startup. They're just losing money and somehow...
These celebrities.
When Burton made the Batman logo frozen with snow for Batman Returns, Martin mentioned that. Or when they glitched out the production logo for The Matrix. Yeah, there's a lot of good customized ones. What are some of your favorites?
The movie Go has a great one. Have you seen Doug Liman's Go?
Yeah, a long time ago.
It has a hell of a cast in that. It's like Pulp Fiction for teenagers. In that, it's just multiple stories and different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, it's the standard Sony logo where it's like da na 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 na, and then it goes to the girl's what the hell is it called? Receptor that's on fire. The Columbia logo lady.
The torch.
She's got a torch, yes. So then it turns into a strobe light. and then it starts cutting to a club, but then back to her, and then a club, and then back to her, and it's like club music kind of overwhelming it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should look at it on YouTube at one point tonight.
We'll come back around. We'll put a pin in that, and we'll take a look.
So I love that. Movies with say the name of the title and where they fuck up the logos that we're all used to.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you're like, ooh, it's going to be like some kind of auteur cinema.
Thoughtful.
Yeah. This isn't. Yeah, this is like a cool director. It feels really late '90s, like David Fincher.
Or David. Yeah, David. Well, David Fincher manipulates his credits a lot of the time, if not all of them.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know if Fincher's done it. Maybe they'll let us know in the comments if they have done it.
I know that with The Social Network, they all do. They all don't play the goddamn studio properly. Like with Benjamin Button, it's actually buttons that fall from the screen showing Warner Brothers and Paramount.
Oh shit!
And then in Zodiac, he uses the two logos,
the vintage
old
logos.
70s.
Yeah. Okay, so Fincher does it too. Wow. Who? I guess is that the mark of of a talented, artful filmmaker when they do that?
An auteur, I mean, not to get into like, the nitty gritty vegetable eating bullshit of it all, but it's someone who just repeats the same stuff they do in every movie. Kind of like the way John Grisham is an author.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting from a John Grisham book.
Right.
But like an auteur, it's like, oh, this filmmaker is going to do this, whether or not it's good or not.
Yeah, look at him do his thing. He loves to do that thing, like Tarantino and Feet.
And I think Wes Anderson keeps the regular logos.
Does he? Yeah, I guess that maybe fits.
I think he does. I don't know.
He doesn't do custom ones?
Logos.
Well, we'll do some research into this.
You think Brett Ratner keeps the logos? Kept the logos?
Brett Ratner, yeah. All I remember is this story about him and shrimp, and it's like all I can think about is him eating shrimp cocktail. I mean, if you're eating a shrimp cocktail and you're not at a cocktail party, that's disgusting.
You got your 5 fingers and you go blah.
It's disgusting. It's the only acceptable place to eat shrimp cocktails is at a cocktail party. That's what they're for. Imagine buying a shrimp cocktail and eating it at home alone, like you're some kind of animal. What are you doing? Have a sandwich.
I know guys who do that on a Friday night. It sounds like a great, luxurious thing to do, especially if you have your Netflix all chilled up, ready to go to watch.
Pop a bottle,
Pop a bottle of cocktail sauce.
And just sip right from it.
Oh,
delicious.
This is nothing to do with movies.
This is the most important thing. I want to know in the comments, do you eat? What's your opinion on eating cocktail
shrimp?
What cocktail shrimp? Cocktail shrimp. I'm having
cocktail.
Shrimp cocktail.
I would eat it freshly de-thawed. You know what I mean? I would buy it 100% frozen, and then they would have just sat out for maybe 2 minutes, and I'll eat it with the ice around it and everything.
With the ice nice and cold. I feel like that's the only way. I think if you're going to eat shrimp cocktails, though, if you're going to eat it at home like a real gross person. Let it sit on the sink on an August day for 3 hours, and then you're like, is this still good or not? You have to be unsure. That's how you
smell it.
Shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you know it's good. You're just like, it stinks nice and good.
I don't want to talk about shrimp anymore. I don't know what it is. It's not movie related. Every time we say shrimp, I just think of
I want to do 1 hour on shrimp. Okay? A tight 60. No, I'm just kidding. Antonio says in the age of COVID, he thinks a shrimp cocktail at home is okay. And he draws the line at oysters on the half shell. And Martin says it's nasty as fuck. Well, I'm glad that we cleared that up.
This is what we're here for.
This is what we're here for, man. This is the best goddamn show on the internet.
I'll use this as a segue to get into the Charlie Kaufman movie I watched, because this is like a horror movie-ish, this Netflix movie that came out on Friday. What the hell's it called?
So you're talking about I'm thinking about ending things.
I watched this movie. Watched it.
Okay.
It's a rare feat these days for me to watch something.
Yeah.
I got my feet in the mud like a stubborn mule. No, I'm not going to watch something new. Go and just watch the stuff I've already seen.
Yeah, 100 times.
But this thing, I knew going into it would be like homework, and it is homework. But it's a horror movie. I think he has such contempt. He has such anger towards romantic comedies and the formula. So he takes the bones of a romantic comedy here and like turns it into like a disgusting, nightmarish David Lynch Eraserhead kind of experience.
Ooh.
And it has disgusting food around the table, as good horror movies do.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a cross between Mother and Eraserhead.
Wow, that's not what I expected at all. I don't
No,
know what I was expecting.
Yeah, it's torture a little bit. Like it's kind of like, ugh, this movie is just annoying me, but in like a smart way. It's like this guy is
Right.
way too smart for his own good.
Yeah. Well, I saw there was a Vince Mancini, who's a great kind of film writer, had a really interesting take on this movie where he talked about, you know, right now, especially the notion of these movies that are like just playing with the formula and doing all sorts of formal manipulation. It's like I don't have the patience for that right now. You know, things suck. Just give me a movie, and it's not to discount the value of these kind of movies, and it depends what you're watching. But I can understand the fatigue.
I think I was like, go pretension, go before this thing started. I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah, yeah. But you were still seem exhausted by it by the end.
It was a 2.5-hour movie, and we took breaks. And there's like, without spoiling it, 20 minutes in a car, 50 minutes in the house, 30 minutes in the car. That's the movie. And like the dialogue, but it's so bizarre, and it makes you uncomfortable, and it has really funny moments, and gross out shit. But it's Charlie Kaufman, so it's irritating. But it was free because it was on Netflix. And I said this is the most accessible movie for him because people don't have to go out to see it. Now they can just start it and give it a college try. It's
thrust upon 400 million people, that subscribe to Netflix.
This actress who's in it, who's like, last year Florence Pugh was like the darling. She was in everything and everyone loved her. This girl in that movie, this is her year.
She's going to be in everything, or is she?
She's already been in everything. She was nominated for a BAFTA last year for a movie called Wild Rose, where she plays a Scotland girl who wants to be a Nashville singer. And Ted Danson's wife, Mary Steenburgen, writes the song that she sings that ends the movie.
Wow.
Anyway, so she's in this
I don't think I'm ever going to watch that.
Jessie or Jackie something is her name. And she was also the pregnant wife in Chernobyl, or the pregnant widow in Chernobyl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
and she's in the new season of Fargo coming up. And
I feel like if... Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Okay. Well, no, I was going to say, if you start in Chernobyl as a character actor, you have like a 1 in 20 chance to blow up and have it be your Florence Pugh year. Right. It's just
everyone in that Chernobyl was excellent.
They were.
Like, there's that one episode where they go around killing the dogs or the animals, and like they just got 2 actors for a day who are like big enough just to play these no line roles. Yeah, that movie's depressing. Or that TV show. Yeah,
it is. It feels like a movie, 6-hour movie. Yeah, very. If you haven't seen it, we talked about it before, I think, on the show, but check it out, Chernobyl on HBO. It's a limited series, 6 episodes. Fantastic.
6? I thought it was 3.
Anyway, you're right. No, maybe it is 3.
Short. Or maybe 4. Speaking of short, Primal's coming back October 6th.
Gennady Tarkovsky, or Gennady? How do you pronounce Gennady?
Gendy?
Gendy? Tarkovsky. So this is his animated show on Adult Swim, the one that has no dialogue, and it's the story of a prehistoric caveman dealing with the murder of his family by dinosaurs.
Yeah, I think the elevator pitch would be caveman and T-Rex team up to battle the elements.
Oh, cool. Oh, right, he has a T-Rex partner. Yeah, that was sweet.
It's intense. So that's coming back. That's something to look forward to. And this Netflix movie.
Is it a season 2?
It's part 2 of season 1.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But this Netflix movie,
I watched it.
You watched it. Give me out of 5 out of 5 Lil Keefs, what do you give it?
Oh, this is a
out of 5 Lil Keefs.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even like that.
Should it be out of 10 Lil Keefs?
Little Keith didn't even pop in and out to see it. But
okay,
this is a solid 6 Little Keiths.
6 out of 10 Lil Keiths. Okay.
If Tenet is 0 Keiths, this is a 6 Keiths.
Okay, hold on. Are we at that point in the show? I guess we are. I don't even know.
And in a way, that movie Tenet is like this movie in that the plot was insufferable, or the plot.
hold on.
Going back, playing with time, because this one plays with time too. I can't
Spoiler alert. I made a spoiler alert thing. Marty, do you like it? I made it just for you. Spoiler alert. I don't even know who's watching right now. My fucking stream machine is broken, and I don't know if I can get it back. Hold on. I'm going to try and reboot. John, take over for a minute.
Okay. Here, I'm going to open this can of Coke.
Here, I'm going to cut to full John. Ooh, little ASMR. Nice.
That's like hard RMR.
Hard RMR. Oh, here we go.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Now I don't need the rest of the can. That was amazing. I felt like Niagara Falls visited me or something.
Oh, wow. Was that an actual Coca-Cola?
Yeah. It was
Ooh.
almost cupboard Coca-Cola. It came from the fridge.
Okay.
But it was like,
It suffered along the way. It's been sitting for an hour.
It has a
Yeah.
sweat. It's like like me in 20 minutes.
I'm gonna be. I need a little makeup, a little shine removal. Anyway, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! I need a buzzer to go off with it.
I think you should just leave the spoiler alert flashing until we're done talking.
Okay. Well, you know what I'll do? Here. This is the spoiler alert section of the show.
It's like, how do I Bob Barker? I'm like, today's special is a spoiler alert.
This is the spoiler alert part of the show. So we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about Tenet, and we're gonna spoil the shit out of Tenet. So if you don't want Tenet spoiled, just mute it for a minute. Pop out for a sec.
Guaranteed, if you flash forward or drag that curse bar to 20 minutes from now, we'll be talking about
when you don't see the spoiler alert on the screen, that means we're done. Okay, we're trying to help you. I don't know how to help you. Also,
I'm not even thinking of anyone who gives two measly dollars. But yeah, you're right. Spoilers.
Anyway,
spoilers.
So here we go. Talking about Tenet, and Martin has a good question. I will give this over to John. Instead of spoiling it, can you just flat out? Because to be fair, Tenet is hard to spoil. Can you flat out explain Tenet, John? 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh my God! It's about a CIA agent who finds out about time traveling weapons, and he saves the day.
That's a pretty solid elevator pitch.
Meanwhile,
there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this movie suffers from Christopher Nolan-itis or something.
100%.
Where it's just, I didn't want to say that he was surrounded by yes men, but I think he's built up so much credibility, obviously, over the years that he made it his. This is like a really deep dive Christopher Nolan movie, but it's so inaccessible, and I feel stupid thinking about it even more, because it's not fun to think about in the way that you want to unravel certain things, like in a Lynch movie. And even in this Kaufman dump, it's not a dump, it was good, but like even in these things, you can interpret things, and you come out with like a more like existential kind of poetic interpretation or whatever. Yeah. This goddamn thing is like, no, you need that specific IKEA piece, and I don't know if I got that piece or if you included it in the set when you gave it to me.
Yeah.
So
I don't
know.
This movie is the equivalent of opening IKEA furniture and finding out that you're missing 3 fucking screws and you can't build it, and your goddamn day's ruined because now you got to go back to IKEA in the middle of COVID and wait in the fucking line. That's this movie.
And then they tell you that, no, you're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're like, isn't the customer always right? And then fucking Christopher Nolan comes over to your house and upper decks every toilet in your house. That's the experience of watching this movie. And
then the soundtrack came out, right? And I was so excited. This thing, you know what? This is a good analogy for this thing. This thing, when it was cold, was Tenet. Now it's going to become cupboard Coke, and that's Tenet.
Yeah, when it was cold, it was the promise of Tenet before you saw Tenet.
Yeah.
And then the reality is fucking cupboard Coke. Tepid, lukewarm Coke.
Lingering of it.
And the kind that you drink and you go, I'm worse for drinking this. That's that
but
movie.
I have to finish it,
you got to finish it. No, and here's the thing. I love Christopher Nolan movies. I think Interstellar is his best movie by a long shot. It's a movie that addresses deep philosophical questions, about humanity and time and legacy and family. It has a heart to it. It's something that's sometimes lacking in his stuff, but can be made up for in other ways. Where even Inception has some real questions about reality and about dreams and about
subjective experience too. I feel like what Inception is inherently about.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This subjective experience. You nailed it. And this movie is a math problem. This movie is long form math. And look, man, I get it. It's fine. We understand that you're good with temporal stuff. That's nobody who's impressed by shit going backwards in 2020. This was a thing in the fucking Coldplay Yellow music video in like 2000. Like, why is this a thing?
Yeah. No, that was a shame. But thinking back on it, its visuals and what he accomplished, and traveling the world, and $225 million later, and
well,
I had to pass a little.
Look, you have to pass a little Tenet. You got some Tenet in your stomach now, tepid Tenet, and it's coming out, and it's going to come out in all sorts of ways.
But I'm glad I didn't race. See, if it wasn't COVID, I would have rushed to see this goddamn thing the next day. But because I can sit on it, I'm like, you know what? I am fine. I'm better for having seen it, but I'm better for never thinking about it again.
Well, it frustrates me to no end. And Martin has a question here. He says, do you honestly think any of the actors truly understood the film while making it? Knowing actors, no way. They understood their characters as best they could in the context they were provided. But they only have to bring it so far. But in terms of understanding the story,
post, right?
Yeah, they don't need to care. And I mean, even character actors, they'll understand it in as far and I'm sure that like Nolan gave them more of a boot camp, because if we want to get into the weeds on the temporal pincer movement, there are allusions to the fact that like his friend, the protagonist's friend, I don't know any of the fucking names in this movie because he can't hear
protagonist
anything.
Neil Priya.
Okay, well, Neil, who is Robert Pattinson,
and then there's the girl, and then there's Sator.
Oh, Seder, yeah, right. The whole fucking backward forward bullshit. I think that like they at some point there's a theory about Neil being the kid and like the son of Seder because of like the fact that they keep going back through time. They imply that Neil is looping continuously and dying.
I don't like this. I really don't like this.
No, and it's like I
feel like it gives me no pleasure. It makes me sick. I feel like my brain is like losing days,
Well, and to give it the credit it deserves, watching the movie, I kept thinking about the movie later. It kept coming back. It gets points for that, and it's there are things about it, but the sound mix is weird. It doesn't look amazing. Like despite being shot in IMAX, it's like shot really close. There's not a lot of wide shots, which is a weird choice. I don't know. It's like the DP is a great DP, but it's just I feel like it's Nolan. Nolan has weird ways of staging things. He's always shot stuff in a way that can be very claustrophobic. I don't understand. Look, maybe I'm just too fucking stupid and I don't understand it, but I don't like it. And it's just the general consensus with everybody I know who's seen the movie is people don't really like the movie. People are going to see it because
but they don't like it enough to love it.
Yeah. No, I liked watching it, but
you'll have a great time watching it.
Sure. But I feel like literally we're all so fucking just lunatic from being inside all the time and not watching movies that like this movie, people, you like it just because it's not, Netflix. It's something else. Right. It's a tentpole.
It's an auteur. See, this is what's fun. We get to go and compare it next to all these other movies. Now, here's what I just realized. Am I a hypocrite for not liking it, even though it follows my rules of a great movie? Because it does say the name of the movie in the movie.
You know what? You need to reevaluate your life. And John, you broke the tenets of your own tenet.
Oh, that's the spoiler I'd love to give away. The title is just 10:10 because at the end of the fucking movie, people are going 10 minutes forward and then they're going 10 minutes backwards.
10:10, right? Yeah. It's.
That's what I was like. Oh, okay. The title literally can make sense now, or something. It's just 10 forwards and 10, and there's I mean, he's been sitting on that idea for a while, obviously.
But it just seems like somebody smoking weed and being like, "Hey, you know what? That'd be a good idea." It's not a good idea. It's like, what about this is compelling? I understand that the impetus for the movie was like to make a James Bond movie. Those were the things I liked the most. Lose the fucking math problems, bro. I don't understand why we needed all that. It didn't wow me. It didn't like. There were times where I was like, "Oh, that's neat." They introduced
the goddamn time machine, the rotating door, the mall rotating door thing. And I'm like, oh my god, that's the time machine without calling it a time machine. And it's like, wow, this amazing thing is happening. I'm trying to take in the wonder, so to speak. And then everyone is talking around me. Like all of a sudden, the military shows up. It's like more explaining going on. But like, how do you know more? And
I know.
And like, okay, I gotta watch it again to.
Yeah, well, but this is my problem. Is that like there are moments that are really cool, and it's just ruined by fucking like verbal diarrhea, all this exposition, and yeah, like Martin agrees with you. He says you nailed it. He liked it, but he didn't like it enough to love it, and I think that's pretty true. And Martin's asking, do you think that Nolan gets a pass on this one because of his previous success? 100%.
100%. And here's another thing. The next movie he fucking makes, I guarantee you, will be less than $50 million.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, this thing is. I mean,
well, from now on, no movie is going to cost that much unless it's Marvel.
Yeah, for sure. But also, do you think this movie would have made cash, even in non-COVID times? I don't think it would have done as well as his other stuff because it's just not. I don't think it would have been rated as highly, and I don't think it would make that much money. I mean, it's not making money now, but I can't see it making a fortune. It
would have made a fortune in the first 4 weeks because I think he had a good date, and he also, this jerk Nolan, he had a different financial take from it instead of the normal back end stuff. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but right. Like normally they get like 20% of gross or something, right? When all is said and done,
right?
Nolan on this thing wanted like 40% of opening weekend.
Oh, okay.
This is the deal he signed up for, and okay. So. I don't know if that's kind of like, premeditated where he's like, well, if I might as well do it at the beginning because the word of mouth is probably going to kill this thing before I get like I'd be making more at the beginning than at the end.
A real vote of confidence in your own film. Yeah, I don't
think about it.
Yeah, that's a weird choice. I don't understand I don't understand anything about this entire movie. The release, the financial structure. It's just like
$225 million. Have you heard of this 2004 movie called The Stepford Wives? This thing cost $90 million.
How much is
how much is $90 million in 2004 days?
Oh my God. Probably, 130, 140 million, maybe.
Jesus Christ. Have you seen this movie? It's trash.
No. Oh, no, wait. I did see The Stepford Wives. Yeah.
Matthew Broderick, Bette Midler, directed by Frank Oz. My boy Scott Rudin produced it. It was written by the guy who did Addams Family Values. And it's just not good. Like, it's got all these problems because all the top 8 talent were angry with each other because I think all of them were doing, like, things on the side, and this was something they were all contractually obligated to do.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, I'm asking for budget-wise. $225 for Tenet and $90 million for The Stepford Wives.
I mean, why? I mean, Tenet 2, like the budget. Where did that budget go? I guess because they did stuff for real. And this is the other thing.
Second unit stuff, because like weren't they shooting?
There's no second unit on Chris Nolan stuff. Limited second unit. He directs almost all of it. But here's the tricky thing. I mean, maybe there was some, but the action sequences. Can we stop with the do it for real? Look, I know they crashed a real 747 into a building.
Yeah.
Who cares? It wasn't interesting. It was boring.
Even in the trailer. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, whoa. I mean,
look at it go so slow into a building that looks. Yeah. Look, there are times where it's
over
like
a couple of cars.
Yeah, but it's like, hey man, you know what? Use the computer, okay? The other movies use he's regressed. He used to use computers. He uses them in Inception to fold the space time. He uses them, in a little bit in Interstellar for the black hole. Anyway, the ships were real.
At the ending too, when he's on the farm and he's in this new society that lives in space.
Yeah, it's just fucking. Oh man, it's use the computer.
You and I, thankfully, after today, it's okay. We'll never have to talk about it again. I'm going to remove my album too from the iTunes or from my library.
For sure. We got a couple more questions here. Do you think this film would have done differently pre-COVID? Both financially and critically, does COVID change it? Yeah, I mean, we answered that question. I don't know, there's some delay in the thing. So either pay attention, Martin, or you're going to find the answer out, or you just did. I don't know. Go fuck yourself.
COVID.
Hey, Fred Chamberlain can't wait for 11/11. Well, you know what? That's going to...
No, it wouldn't be called 11/11. It'd be called 11 Novell.
11 Novell. Okay, there we go. 11. Oh, no, he did write 11 Novell. Amazing. 11 Novell. I just wrote that wrong because I'm not a smart man. Fred, you found out live on the air that I can't read. Thank you for exposing me. I will be retiring. John, it's your show. Goodbye.
Welcome.
I'm back. Sorry. All right. Well, should we put a pin in the spoiler section and move on?
Please.
All right, go fuck yourself, Tenet. That was spoilers.
Tenet.
Now it's back to not spoilers.
Would it be like Tenet to Tenet?
Oh, there we go. That's yeah. Fucking vraiment Tenet. Oh God.
French too? Or is it Tenet VF?
Oh, Tenet version français. Oh, can you imagine
Decide?
But imagine having to read. Subtitles would be a blessing, but imagine having to listen to the are they mixing the dubbed version as poorly as the one that we all heard?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Not sure.
That's it. Martin's logging off. Well, goodbye, you piece of shit.
Keep going on for Tenet.
Yeah, no, Tenet. Yeah, it was. Look, go see it. Go support movies that aren't sequels. I'll still pay. Okay, I'm allowed to be critical.
People are actually kind of skeptical about going because of the virus.
Well, that's true. I did go because I had a friend who rented out an entire movie theater so we could watch it, and that was kind of a fun move. We could all go, and anybody he invited. Shout out to Patrick Tommaso who did this. So we drove to Toronto to go watch Tenet, and had a private theater. And he basically, if you want to get tickets to the movie in this private theater, you got to wear your mask in the movie, because right now there's no restriction. You can have your mask off because they want you to eat the popcorn and eat the glizzy and eat the fucking drink your Diet Coke. And is that hey, there we go.
Yeah, I can't really touch anything because in cats, when you pick them up, they go.
Yeah, they go.
They're like stretch out and shit. I'm gonna just kind of push them down. Oh shit.
That was a cameo by Big Garp. Big Garp.
There he goes.
Yeah, so
Tenet. There
he rented out the whole theater. Yeah.
And you had to wear a mask for the 2 hours and 45 minutes you sat there.
Yeah, which I guess was a blessing because the oxygen deprivation probably aided the movie in some way. I feel like if I was getting enough oxygen and be fully able to compute the experience, I might like it less. So you do what you can. Do drugs when you go see it. Do drugs. Do legal drugs and do illegal drugs when you go see it. Mix the two. Really take yourself, redline yourself when you go see this movie. Okay? And I didn't say this.
Asleep.
That's it. I'm not endorsing drug use. I'm just saying, if you already have a problem, just let it ride. Okay? Go watch the movie. It'll be better. It'll be better.
I don't know if it was in poor taste either, but at the beginning of Tenet, they're starting up the symphony. And then there's a shooting and shit's interrupted.
Yeah.
It reminded me of what happened with The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, big time.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, there's people getting knocked out, getting shot in the seats.
At the start of a movie, like what happened in real. So I was like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a sensitivity there that maybe I don't want to get into it with what no.
Anyway, so Garp was there. So.
Oh, here we go. So John's got some stuff. Look who's talking now.
Movie. Yeah. So this is a movie. It's also a VHS. Look, so this is Danny DeVito, and that's Diane Keaton, and that's Danny DeVito. And
wow.
It's got 4 paws.
4 paws out of 4.
And it's supposed to be a comedy. I own this movie.
You own that movie. Well, take us on a little tour. What else you got back there? I see you got is that an action figure for
this?
No, what's her name? Strangers with Candy. What's that there?
Oh, it's the DVD.
Ooh.
It's just this DVD thing. You open it and then the DVD's inside. Whoa.
Falling out all over
Falling
the floor.
Apart. Yeah, have you seen that show? Everyone's seen that show.
I love that show. Amy Sedaris is a national treasure and a genius, and she has a new show, like a craft show, which is hilarious too.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of it?
Craft books and everything. I've seen some of it. Yeah, she's a treasure, and I think she liked a comment I made. A comment I made. She liked it on her Instagram.
There you go.
Ages ago.
But she's the kind of person where it's only her. You can tell it's just her on her phone. It's not social media management doing any of that stuff. It's a fantastic show. Kirstie Alley and John Travolta. Is it owned by Scientology? Question from Antonio. It is.
It is owned by Scientology.
Yeah,
you have to watch. I think you have to watch that, and only that if you ever wanted to watch a Look Who's Talking movie.
Okay, so that's the precursor.
Well,
and it's
if you
also
ever have time for any trilogy, that is a trilogy worth watching.
and that's also how you get in to get your first audit when you're going to join the Church of Scientology before they let you read the e-meter, which I've done. I did the audit at with you, right?
Yeah, I was in Toronto, and like I was so impressed with your like not giving this person the time of day.
I was just bullshitting, although I'm probably on like a watch list now or something. And they're just like, he came in and he didn't do it. And now they're using their algorithms.
I just felt like once you touch those things, they got your fingerprints and they it's done for. They've entered your brain and now they've laid a parasite in there that's going to fester and turn you into a...
They've cloned me and they're using me on that ship that they have. You know? That's how they staff that ship at sea. Yeah. Yeah, where what's his name? David Miscavige's wife, disappeared to work below decks in the friggin' laundry room. Like, what happened? Anyways, we love Scientology. It's fine. It's great, and there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, wink, wink. None. Don't come after us.
There's like a Facebook stenographer right now who's like getting all the keywords, and like our feed and all this shit's gonna get sent out, and
that's it. And we're gonna have to deal with Tom Cruise driving his motorcycle off a cliff, doing a parachute stunt for Mission Impossible 7, right into our apartment. And then
he just wants to get to Mission Impossible X,
dude, just so he can have the option where it does this into the camera and then it goes like, boo.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know, that movie. Those movies exhaust me. Thinking about like those productions and like why anybody is so thrilled to make these things and to return to the theater. Tom giving all these stunt guys jobs. Yeah,
and taking one away from his stunt double. I don't think does he even have a stunt double anymore? He must not, or maybe he does, but. He rarely ever, like, he does all of them now. I don't think there's ever a time where he's on camera in the last few Mission Impossible movies where there's a stunt guy. It's him in every single one, right? Which is kind of remarkable, and you have to respect it. In
Minority Report, Spielberg's like, oh, what an actor. Spielberg.
And now we're like, wait, what?
Sorry, I got a bit of some John Williams ditties that we could listen to if you're interested at some point.
Oh, okay.
And we also got a book.
I don't know. Okay, well, we'll take a look and see if we can listen to. Let's answer a couple more questions from the folks.
Yeah. Look
oh my God.
Too.
Yeah. Best sequel wording for Look Who's Talking To. A prequel to Battlefield Earth. That's true. It is a prequel.
That something needs to be watched.
I've never seen it. Have you?
No, it's ready to go. We started watching 10 minutes of it not too long ago, and it's like,
it's that
bad right off the bat? Yeah.
I think they shot that in Montreal. Maybe somebody, if anybody's in the audience who knows, maybe Fred, do you know, did they shoot Battlefield Earth here? I think they did. There's a poster at the studio at Mel's. And if you worked on it, let me know the scoop. Was David Miscavige on set? Did Tom pop in? What was the deal there? I want to know. I want to know the scoop. Give me the scoop, man.
Where's the Scientology Center here in Montreal?
Oh, it's a good question. I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, Fred, yes, it was shot in Montreal. Did you work on it, Fred? Were you, never mind. I won't bring it up. I won't bring that one up.
But we should watch it to support local arts.
We should watch it. You know what? To support the crew that worked on it, even though they see nothing from that movie, no money at all. We'll watch it.
It being it came out right when VHSs and DVDs were at Blockbuster. You would get the VHS and the DVD next to each other, and then sometimes they would sell preview DVDs, and usually at like a stupid price.
Preview DVDs.
Well, like when they would have a shitload of Battlefield Earth, and then over time they'd sell these things to make room. So like it would be $19.99 or whatever. Yeah. That movie, even though I was desperate to fatten up my DVD collection back in the day, I still didn't buy that shit, even though it was like $4.99 on DVD, just to kind of have another inch of thickness for like a library when you just look at the library as a whole.
Yeah,
but even just trash
couldn't make the cut.
Couldn't make the cut.
Okay, so Fred mentioned his sister was John Travolta's dresser. PM me. Bro, I'm gonna PM you later. I want the scoop. None of it's. I can't air it. It's fine. This is a family show, and we don't.
Love that John Travolta. You know how many times I've seen Saturday Night Fever.
That's it. Well, John Travolta. We're all fans of him doing the double pizza slice eat. Fred, if you haven't seen it, or if you don't remember, maybe you did.
He does a double pizza eat in Saturday Night Fever, and then Look Who's Talking 2. He does a double hand. pee break.
A double hand pee break? What the fuck is that?
He's teaching his son how to potty, and
Yeah.
he uses he mimes it, phantoms it, or improvs it, unzipping and then using two hands to unload it.
Wow. I mean, that's
vulgar in front of this toddler.
That's so vulgar. God damn it, John Travolta. Well, look, at least he can eat pizza. So he double stacks pizza. He takes one slice and then another, puts them on top. So there's two pieces of pizza and eats them off a fucking greasy plate while walking to the dance studio. It's amazing. It's the best opening thing I've ever seen.
I think he's walking to his job.
Oh, to his job. Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
there's
thank
still
you.
The PG cut out there that I'm trying to hunt down for. So I every couple of days I try and go to the thrift store, the fripperie or whatever the hell, the Renaissance to look at the VHSs. And I went on a Saturday before work at like 11 in the morning, and it was packed in my little VHS corner. Some little hipster dude had a fucking shopping cart filled with four VCRs.
4 VCRs?
4 fucking VCRs, probably testing them like the way I did. And I looked at him with like jealousy, like, get off my turf, buddy. Like, this is my hobby.
Yeah, no, he's coming there. He's probably, if he's doing the VHS machines, maybe he's looking for VHS too. You know what? Let's, I don't want to say, we're not going to hurt him. I'm going to go on the record. We're not going to hurt him, but we might scare him. We might scare him real bad and he'll never come back.
I mean, it was just I was like, I wanted to see like, what's your deal here, friend? You know, he was like hogging up that corner where you get all these good finds.
This is my territory, Jack. Oh, yeah, why don't you find another spot? Hold on, let's cut to full John. Showgirls on VHS? Holy shit.
But it's the director's R-rated version.
Oh, so they still couldn't do unrated cuts then, but I guess it's a more risque version, not the uncut
What the hell
version.
is a director's R-rated version? It's not NC-7. It's not unrated, and it's not a director's cut.
Oh, that's right, because the film was originally released unrated, so this is a director's cut, but a version that's R-rated.
It was rated NC-17. It was like literally released NC-17. It's rated R here. So this is a downgraded Showgirl.
Yeah. Well, we have to watch it. We have to watch it then.
Oh
John, it's our duty. We're going to let people know what the difference is, which is probably just less nudity and sex.
This is like you can show this at church now.
You could show it at church just to see what all the sinful heathens are up to.
Showgirls, not even to PG, just to regular R.
Regular
R.
That
is so stupid.
That is stupid. Yeah. The whole point of the movie was that it was NC-17. You know, and it was an insane, chaotic movie.
What about it? You and I have seen it. That's what our first podcast was about.
It was,
Showgirls.
yeah.
That's what started the whole podcast thing.
It did.
You had never seen Showgirls. And then you do that thing with somebody where you haven't fucking seen it? Boom!
Yeah. That was me. It was fully... And I can't stress it enough. If you haven't seen Showgirls, go watch Showgirls and like
Blu-ray,
watch it with...
widescreen.
Yeah.
It's beautiful in the highest definition you can find.
Yeah, the highest quality. Have a beer, you know, smoke a joint if you're sober, have a good
Watch it with
Coca-Cola.
Somebody, I think somebody there to help you with your feelings through it is
you need to have a partner. It's like never trip alone. Don't take, you know what I mean? You trip with a partner. Watch Showgirls with a partner. You gotta.
But this R-rated version, I can't believe it. I bet. But what did they censor? What could they have removed? What is like? There's
probably
a sex scene in
frames
the pool, but she's always dancing.
Yeah.
Maybe they took out some of the swears.
Some of the swears, and there's like a lot of full frontal, which I think
the end of the movie is garbage. The last 10 minutes of that movie.
Yeah,
everything's going good until the rape.
Yeah, I need to watch it again though. It's been enough time that I'd be curious to see it again. Although I want to watch the rated R, the downgrade version. That's the one.
I didn't notice it. It was only because I have to do a double take.
Yeah, on your own stuff. Oh my god. Okay, so you had some stuff.
That's a good poster too. Even with me not even holding it back, it's like it's got the word Showgirls and it's just like her head and the leg through the
nice.
curtain.
I won't Google that because it could get us kicked off Facebook. However, because you search Showgirls poster and it's like, oh no, you know, and then they're like, this is
apparently
a family
based
site.
off like a piece of like art, like a painting in the Louvre.
Okay. Well, there's a couple of things that you wanted to show us. We're going to do a quick technical thing here. So anybody in the audience, just let us know if you can actually hear this. I don't know if the sound is coming through. So we'll do a little test. We're gonna go to the web. We're gonna go to the web.
So this link I sent you, it's in our chat link or whatever. Just go to like a minute 50 of it.
All right.
If you can. Totally appreciated. What a friend.
Okay, hold on. We gotta get new Chrome here.
It's just blackness all around here.
Yeah, I'll get it. We'll get it. Guys, bear with us. We're working on it.
I like this little square of me.
Yeah.
It's like a proper thumbnail, like an MSN display picture.
Okay. Frig, all right, I'll let you. We're doing this live. We're trying to figure it out, guys. We'll get it.
I'll draw. I'll tell a story through
the art of drawing.
Through the art of line making.
All right, John's drawing.
We could also just like pretend like we're not being watched, and then the people watching us can just feel like a sense of like voyeuristic power, like a Hitchcock thing, right?
There you go. Okay, here we go. I think I got it figured out. I gotta add. We're doing stuff. We broke things right on the air. It didn't fucking work, and here we go again. I gotta do window capture existing.
Black hole sun.
How do I, son of a bitch, capture window capture?
Survivor. I'm gonna make it. And then there's the ladies leave your man. Ladies. No, it's that other song. Destiny's Child. Look them up.
There we go. Capture method. Yada yada yada. Here we go. Now we got it. Now we make it fit on the screen, and then put it down here, and then there we go. I think we got the internet. We do incognito because we're gonna go look at Showgirls. Okay, so we're gonna go to YouTube.com, and just let me know in the chat if you can hear the audio. This is because I'm incognito. This is random shit. Let's see. Jack Black plays saxophone. Okay, can you hear this ad? This show is brought to you by Apple. Clearly, let us know. Let us know. Keith coming in, just going,
Jack,
what is this?
I've seen you in concert. Yeah. I've seen you perform.
I can hear this.
Please go see Tenacious.
Could you hear that? Were you able to hear the video? I just paused it. Let me know. Were you able to hear the video? Did it work? Did you hear me and the video at the same time? And now we wait. Let us know.
I'm doing it through my phone.
There you go. We're going to see if it worked. I don't know if it worked. We shall find out.
I hear it.
Oh, you heard it?
It's playing right now.
And okay, and you could hear me too?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. It worked. Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to look at, John? Guys, we figured it out. We got the fucking audio working.
I don't know. I don't even know. What the hell do you want to listen to?
Oh, I thought you had stuff to show.
Oh, huh?
I thought you had something to show us on YouTube.
Well, I wanted you to listen to this good bit of John Williams.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, so type in John Williams, A Drive.
A Drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the YouTube. There you go. I think it's the second one.
This one.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to talk over this, and it may get muted on Facebook, so let me know if they mute it because they have an algorithm. Okay.
So go quickly to a minute 55.
Okay.
Perfect.
Here we go. Listening to some John Williams. Ooh. Ooh, it's pretty good. I haven't listened to the score for this. I'm sorry that I have to talk over it, folks, but this is what we have to do so we don't get zucked.
Yeah, you can stop it. The good part happened, I think. I couldn't hear it.
The little tickly of the ivories there.
Tickly, yeah.
Little tickly.
That is, it's bone chilling. That section.
I haven't seen AI since it came out. Have you watched it again recently? Does it hold up?
And not with fresh COVID eyes, no. But I I would love to rewatch it. I know with that movie, the technology is clunky, not like not incorrect, but just like the bits of it are heavy. Like they're blocks. You know, their equipment is like just bigger than necessary. And then he downgraded a bit for Minority Report, but AI is just very sad. Like they treat that robot like shit the whole time.
Yeah, right. Isn't it just? Yeah, it's like a really depressing movie. And
they treat the robot like shit in the house, and they treat all the robots like shit in Earth.
Right. Yeah. There's that whole scene where there's like the horrifically like maligned and like broken robots.
Brendan Gleeson rides around in a moon air balloon and collects the rubbish robots, and then blasts them off in a circus type thing. And then the Gigolo robot rescues Haley Joel Osment and brings him to Gigolo Town.
Oh, and that's Jude Law, right?
Right. And then the Gigolo guy and Haley Joel go to William Hurt Land in New York, and they finds out the truth, falls down into the East River or something, frozen. Then,
I don't want to rewatch this. I just want to have you tell me the plot. I feel like that's more entertaining.
At the end, I thought they were aliens, but then as an adult, I realized they're just more highly developed robots.
Okay.
Right.
Highly developed robots. Do you? Well, I guess because
voiced by Ben Kingsley.
Maybe this is a segue. The robot is the proletariat. That's Keith. Yeah, you know what? I feel like that actually sums up why I don't want to watch that movie again, where it's just like, we're making an analogy with a capital A.
It's Dennis Muren at the top of his game with a beautiful John Williams.
You know what? Okay, you sold me again. I was out, now I'm in. I was out, back in. Keith took me out. John brought me back.
Okay, yeah, very good. I love it.
Great job.
But thanks for playing that bit, that ditty.
Hey, it's good. It's where if you haven't seen AI, go watch it. I guess if you want a movie from 2002
that
watch
was a
right
summer movie, and there was like secrecy around that movie, like sets were closed and all this shit.
Yeah, and the whole Kubrick angle, right? How much of that is like this was a concept that he had and then he never finished?
Yeah, yes, he developed it with it's him and Spielberg developing it over the course of like a couple of years, but I think they were going to get Tim from Jurassic Park to play this in the 90s. They just didn't have the technology available. And he died after Eyes Wide Shut.
Okay.
Killed.
He was killed?
Well, that's what he exposed the Illuminati. That's the whole point of Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh. Maybe the CIA was involved. I'm all about the CIA being responsible for
there you
everything.
go. If you want to go down a good conspiracy rabbit hole, look up Eyes Wide Shut, especially because there was like a re-evaluation of it years later, and like you look at certain scenes of the movie, and
I've never actually seen it.
Frightening.
I think I maybe watched it once in film school, but I was late or something. I don't think I've seen the actual movie. I should watch it, actually. I like Kubrick, and that's his last one, right?
Right, and he was, and this is something where you're going to get the production story part of it, because it took like 2.5 years, 90 million. What was another thing about it? He died apparently after like a day after locking it and sending it in.
Oh wow! So it got released and he was dead.
He had submitted it to Warner's and then died, and then they picked the summer release.
Wow, that's cool. I'm definitely going to check that out.
And then check out all the conspiracies about it. Kind of will break your heart.
Will do. Well, I guess one last thing to get to, talking about rewatches and stuff. I ended up rewatching Lost Highway, David Lynch's Lost Highway, and I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I'm curious, anybody in the audience, let me know if you've seen Lost Highway, how familiar you are with David Lynch's stuff. It's always been one of my favorites, but I saw it like 10 years ago in film school, and I was like, is it going to hold up the same way? Because I've been watching a lot of movies that I watched for the first time, like in film school 10 years ago. Well, it was longer than 10 years ago now, 14 years. Fuck. I just say 10 because it's like a roundabout, but it's like 14 years ago, I think, 15. But I've been watching a lot of movies I saw for the first time back then. Again, some of the stuff I didn't like, I love now, and I'm curious if it worked the other way. So I was like, am I going to hate this movie? I loved it even more, and it held up better. Lost Highway is essentially a neo-noir by David Lynch. It stars Bill Pullman, Patricia Arquette, and oh my God, he's got a great name.
Robert.
No, fuck.
not
He
that
wasn't
guy.
in a lot of movies. I can't remember the other guy's name who plays. So, but it's like a story about duality and doppelgangers and dreams and you know all of this stuff that like Lynch does a lot of. But it's I think his most impeccably shot and audio design.
Ooh.
It's funny talking about Tenet and talking about the absolute shit mixing. Balthazar Getty. There we go. Thank you, Martin. And then listening to this movie, the mixing on this film was just so good. Lynch has a way of building a soundscape that brings you into the movie in a way that I wish Nolan would maybe take a hint from. You're the whole time watching that movie, you're in it. You know the whole and Lynch is insane and weird and all this stuff, but it's something that like. He grounds it with his sound design and he grounds it with his secondary characters. That's something I've always loved. And maybe you've noticed it in his stuff. There's not one single secondary role that's like an afterthought. It's not, I'm sure that Lynch casts every single role himself because even the bit parts are funny and they have that wry sense of humor and that hint of Americana in it. It really was it was a pleasure to watch. And it actually is less obscure or inaccessible than it seems. Way more accessible than Tenet.
Yeah.
It's a kind of movie that, you know, it's about dreams. It's like you said, it's you can everybody can latch onto that because we all take something different from it. It acknowledges, you know, like the subjective experience of everybody watching the movie and kind of that's how you enjoy it. And it's fun to see a filmmaker who understands I don't know, something that sparks imagination and mystery and this very human thing, even if it's kind of flawed and messy where you have this cold, you know, thing that's thrust upon you in Tenet. I don't know. It was really fun to watch. If you haven't seen Lost Highway, I can't recommend it more. It's on Netflix now, so you can it's a nice widescreen version of it. The score you might appreciate. Badalamenti does the score. Fantastic score. But the soundtrack, it's all late 90s, like industrial metal, emo, goth. Like, so you have Nine Inch Nails, you have Smashing Pumpkins, you have David Bowie doing this incredible dark song at the beginning. The beginning song, please look up David Bowie. I'll maybe play a second of it. It's so good.
Please play a second of it. But yes, do it.
And Rammstein on the fucking score. It's so good. It's just you got to go see it. You got to watch it. You're gonna love it. Even if you don't love it, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, no, I'll watch it with Keith. That'll be a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I made the poster for it.
Oh, you made the poster for Lost Highway?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll look at that right after we do the song. So we're gonna go Lost Highway, David Bowie. This is really gonna test to see if we get booted off Facebook. Okay, so I'm going to talk over this, but it's so good. I'll give you a snippet. This is the mood.
School is where
not
children
the
learn
ad,
and
though.
grow.
I'm going to talk over the
Healthy
ad.
here matters. That's why we created Here for Healthy Schools to teach healthy.
Funny how secrets travel on.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I start to believe if I was
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Just that creepy, weird vocal. So good. Built home and driving at night. If that doesn't sell it to you right there, I don't know how to help you. And also, get better taste. That's great. That's a great moment. I love it. You should love it too. You know what? You will love it. Mind over matter. Anyway. That's it. That's as much David Bowie as I could play. Are we still live? We're still live. We didn't get booted off. Whoa, man. David Bowie is one of those things that, like, you play any David Bowie live on the internet, and it's like the estate of David Bowie fucking sends an Apache helicopter, and they fucking fire hellfire missiles at you. It's dangerous.
Is that what happened? I had to listen to it on my own because of the technical issues we deal with.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, it's funny. The audience can hear it, but you can't. I don't know. But that's 90s.
And I think I did a pretty good job. I think
okay, so we're gonna do a comparison. So John drew the Lost Highway poster. I'm gonna get it up here, and I have the ability of Googling things before we're actually live on the air. Lost Highway before the screen is live. Poster. Okay, there's a couple versions of it.
The one with Coleman and the girl, like the one that looks like this.
Okay.
Wait. There you go.
Here we go. So, all right. So this is John's version of the Lost Highway poster. Did he get it right? Here we go. Oh my God. You had it reversed. Pretty good though. You got the kind of the title and then his face and then her.
It's the face that's the big part of the sell for me when I think of this movie. It's that Bill Pullman face.
Bill Pullman face, yeah. And there's another one, so maybe you were thinking of some of the other ones. There's a few versions.
Wasn't that one? It's like the DVD, the
this
DVD
one
version of it. This one, essentially that one.
So show it again. So we have that, and then we have. You know what, man? Pretty good. That's from memory. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. When you said Lost Highway, I was like, oh, this is what that movie looks like.
That's John Draws for you right there. Well, that's about it, I think, for our show this week. We got to everything we wanted to talk about. I guess John drew. You know, it was a fun time.
We explored Tenet, and we put it back in the cupboard where it'll get warm and fizzle out.
That's it. I'm not opening that dusty old can of Coke anytime soon. It can stay there. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It was fun having you around. We'll be back next week.
Sean. I hope so.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. And if there's anything, drop us a line on our Facebook page because we're boomers. We have a Facebook page, or you know where to get us, at Sean Swee, at JJF006. We're around the internet. You can find us. For this week, I'm Sean.
I'm John.
And this has been Watch, Rewatch.
Watch you later.